to talk propositions now, and this week I'm going to talk Proposition 2, which is Bylaw Article 6, Section 4, which is purchases. So, and again, for a bylaw change to take effect, the membership needs to approve it with 2/3 of those that are voting approving the bylaw change. So Section 4 deals with purchases, and the big section for this, big part of this, is the performance bond, and whether we need a performance bond or not for all of our projects. And what we're doing is changing the language so that it's going to be based on the project itself. For the mailroom, we get a performance bond. One contractor, $700,000 project, so we have a performance bond. For the pavilion, $450,000, but 3 phases, different contractors, so we did not get a performance bond. We did hold back 15% of the pavilion cost until that was done and approved by management for that project there. So we don't need a performance bond, obviously, for the purchase of a vehicle on the out of the reserve, but something like the wall that had to be replaced at the clubhouse, that might be worth having a performance bond for. So this is going to be a decision that we make based on what the project is, cost of that project, and how many contractors we're working on. So, but this is a policy, and this is one that we're writing policy for this in order to get this ahead, so that we are not going to get rid of performance bonds, but there are certain circumstances when we need them and when we don't need them. So that's one of the changes there. Also, the use of committees with each of our projects. We have some projects that have to go through committee now, that committee really doesn't have the expertise or the knowledge of that project, but because we have to go through that committee, we do that. We have currently the recreation committees working, saw the RFP for the filter parts of the pool, the indoor pool at the clubhouse. It's not really something they have expertise in. Our recreation director, Jesse, does though, but we're still going through committee. What this is going to change for, now that we're tasking our committees with certain things every year, if it's a project that we want the committee to be involved with, we can task that to them and they can be involved with that project. A couple of examples of where we want committees involved. Public Works Committee is working on exploration of an additional well, and that's something that will be coming to the Board of Directors this month to approve a contract to look into that. But that's something we want the committee involved with. We want to take that information back to the committee, discuss it, and come up with a recommendation for how we should proceed if with well exploration, and if additional well could be added to our water system. We've used committees for the refuse center and for garbage, the pickup, curbside. So the committees do great work for us with the tasking of the committees and giving them specific things to do. That's how we want to use this, and that's what that change in this committee, in this bylaw is for, so that we can use those tasks and the committees when we need them to use their expertise.